Actually, in this material world, there are all kinds of living entities. Plants and trees are the lowest in their consciousness and in their developed intelligence. Little better than them are the aquatics. The fishes, sharks, all the organisms which live within the waters, they have their intelligence and consciousness is more developed than that of the trees and plants. Better than the aquatics are the birds. Birds have higher intelligence than the aquatics. And more than the birds, there are the reptiles. And higher than the reptiles are the animals. The animals have more intelligence than even the reptiles and the birds and the aquatics. Now, human beings have far greater than intelligence than even the animals. Amongst all the human beings, although they have the higher intelligence, most of them are engaged in ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam. These four activities of eating, sleeping, mating and defending, which is what all animals are also engaged in. Out of all such millions and billions of animals in the human form, when human beings are engaged only in activities of eating, sleeping and mating and defending, they are no better than animals. Amongst all such huge, vast majority of human-like animals, some human beings are civilized. Civilized in the sense, they follow the Vedic civilization. They follow the Vedic culture, understanding that we are not the body, we are spirit, soul. After death, we will again take birth. And there is papa, there is punya, there are pious activities, there are sinful activities. To understand this much, it requires a certain kind of civilization. So a small percentage of the people are civilized. Out of the civilized people, those who follow the Varnashrama system is even more smaller percentage. And those who follow the Varnashrama system, not based on birth, but according to one's qualities and one's activities, as described in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita by Krishna. Krishna says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. He did not say Janma karma vibhagashaha. He said Guna karma vibhagashaha. According to birth, one is not designated as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. According to one's activities and one's qualities, one is designated as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. Now, out of all these civilized human beings who are following the Varnashrama system, amongst them, the Brahmana is considered the topmost. Why? Because he has Vedic knowledge. He has knowledge of the Vedas. And therefore, Brahmana is given the highest respect in a Varnashrama dharma, because Brahmana has no business other than studying the Vedas and disseminating the knowledge of the Vedas to the general public. Now, out of many such Brahmanas, Brahmananam sahasrebhyah, out of thousands of such Brahmanas, in the Varnashrama system, out of the four Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, the Brahmana percentage is very small. And out of thousands of such Brahmanas, Brahmananam sahasrebhyah, Satrayaji vishishyate. It is very, very special to find a Brahmana who is very expert in performing all the Vedic yajnas. Why? Because the Vedic yajnas are necessary to be performed by the common mass of people in order to live a peaceful and happy life in this lifetime, as well as to assure us of a better life in the next birth. Yajnas are very essential for the systematic functioning of this universe. If the rains have to come at the proper time, seasons have to come and go in the proper time, for all that, the yajnas are very essential. Therefore, a Brahmana who is expert in performing yajnas has a very important role to perform in the society, and therefore, he is very rare. Satrayaji sahasrebhyah, out of thousands of Brahmanas who are expert in the performance of Vedic sacrifices, Satrayaji sahasrebhyah, Sarva Vedanta Paragaha, one who has read thoroughly and understood the Vedanta and the Upanishads and the Vedas and understood the essence of the Vedas, he is still more special. And Vedantavit Kotya, out of crores of such Vedantavit, so such crores of Brahmanas who are expert in yajnas and who have understood the Vedanta completely, Vedantavit Kotya, Vishnu Bhakto Vishishyate. A devotee of Vishnu is very, very special. You can understand how rare it is to come to the point of becoming a devotee of Vishnu. And therefore, Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam, to come to the point of understanding Bhagavat Tattva, is not very easily obtained. Very rarely it is found. Vishnu Bhakto Vedantavit Kotya. That is why a Vaishnava is accorded a far greater position in society than even a Brahmana. A Vaishnava is far more respectable than even a Brahmana. He is even beyond a Brahmana. Now, Vaishnavanam Sahasrebhyaha. There is somebody who is far more special than a Vaishnava. Who is that? Vaishnavanam Sahasrebhyaha Ekantyeko Vishishyate. To find a devotee of Krishna is even more special. You can find thousands of Vaishnavas, devotees who are people who are devotees of Vishnu. But to find a devotee of exclusive devotee of Krishna, Ekant Ekaha, exclusive devotee of Krishna, it is very, very rare. It is very, very special. It is completely out of the ordinary to find a devotee of Krishna. That means to understand Bhagavat Tattva in its completeness, to understand that the supreme absolute truth is Krishna, and all the incarnations, all the avatars, Vishnu, Narayana, everybody is emanating from Krishna, is very, very rare. And to come to that position, it is possible only when one undergoes the whole process which Suta Goswami has described, which is first one has to render service to a pure devotee of Krishna, and one has to hear Bhagavatam from him, and by hearing Bhagavatam from him every day, what happens is he develops a taste for hearing the pastimes of Krishna, and with that taste he engages in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day. A firm determination to execute devotional service establishes in his heart. When that firm determination establishes in the heart, all the influences of Rajoguna and Tamoguna subside, and the effect of Kama and Lobha in the heart dies down, and the devotee gets situated in Satoguna. Then he comes to the point where he properly understands Bhagavat Tattva. This is extremely rare to find such souls who have understood Bhagavat Tattva.